Hello, it's a Randy Duck and welcome back to another video. This time we've got 3 replays for you in the Tier 7 German light tank premium tank, which they are giving away right now. I think there's a 4-week challenge to earn this tank, and my god, it is well worth getting. I love this tank. I almost forgot about this tank, and then I realised I was giving it away, so I thought, oh, let's dust it out and get a few games in the old Aufkl Panther. Apart from the fact that it looks like a multi-control car, it is absolutely fantastic. It's basically got a little pea shooter of a 135 alpha, very quick reload, good accuracy. But it's so fun to play. It's the Panther chassis and it goes 60 kilometers an hour. So it's an absolute beast at ramming other light tanks. You can easily just like ram a Vanguard and potentially one bang the ram a Vanguard if you get it with enough speed. It is so good fun. It is such a good fun tank to play. The first replay we got is a quick replay on Westfield. We've tuned up with Rossi. And we do play a little bit like a nutter on this game, but we are top tier. And it's kind of how it had to happen in this replay. The last replay we've got for you is an absolute beast of a game, and it's definitely worth staying around for. But we're going to go through, the first replay we've got on Westfield. As you can see, I've got Rossi Platoon with me, so I'm going to do my best to spot some things up for it. Generally, I play this tank more of a medium tank than a light tank, if you like. It has okay camo, but I tend to run the perk which allows you to do more ramming, the equipment which allows you to do more ramming damage. Just because this thing is so hilarious. When you actually ram little light tanks or lightly armoured tanks, it's hilarious. It's so funny. You can see I'm snapping shots on the move, which is pretty good because it's got this good velocity. The pen on the AP rounds is like abysmal. It's really bad. But the APCR rounds is pretty decent, and it's a lot of fun. So you see, I am driving around like an absolute nutter at the moment. But it's working. So what are you going to do? I'm trying to light up the tanks, which I know are still across the other side. I am playing very aggressively, but you can see I know I've got the guns behind me. I know I've got Rossi behind me, so I can rely on him to hit shots. So whatever I spot up, he's going to start getting. I'm going to pick up that assistance damage. You can see I'm already racked up 1500 assistance, 1500 damage. Just firing these shots on the move while I'm trying to sort of duck and evade getting shot. So far we've managed to do a good job of that. We've not actually lost any damage. You can, if you're playing against a top tier, you can side scrape in this tank if you're playing against someone who's doesn't realise you can just shoot the turret, because the turret is sort of butter. But yeah, you can bounce a few shots on it. It does have a little bit of armour. Obviously you don't want to rely on bouncing these shots, but it's nice when it happens. But you can see here this craft pump has got stuck in the open, so he's had to try and move out of the way. And I've picked up a good start to this game. 2k assist, 2000 damage, and it's piggy time. It is piggy time. We've sensed an opportunity to try and kill the piggy, and I've got to go for it. We've got to kill this fun police, because he wouldn't have any mercy if he was shooting down on us. So we're going to have no mercy on him, and we're going to go and try and find him. He's almost certainly going to be behind this little castle, this church, whatever this is, and we're going to try and pick up a little bit of the fun kill. Here he is. Now I could ram this tank, and looking back at this video, I wish I rammed him because it would have been more funny, but I didn't, because I didn't want to get shotgunned. But we do pick up the kill. We've now spotted this Firefly out in the open, and you can see how quickly, it's like, yes, it only has 135 alpha, but you can rack up the damage pretty quickly because it's such a quick rate of fire, and it's almost like they get shot and they're like, oh, what's this? This is just a little pew pew gun, and before you know it, you've hit them 3 times. So yeah, this game, it's like I say, a very quick game, and it is pretty much over now. We've just got one light tank left. We're sort of hoping he may come over the ridge and we'll get a shot, but it's more hope than anything. But you see, we've had a decent game considering the game's only been like 4 minutes. We've got 3,500 damage, 2,500 assistance. So at tier 7 light, that's not a bad little game. But yeah, so we're just hoping now that we're going to get a shot at this light. He does pop over. We try and get one in. Unfortunately, we miss it, and he gets over now. So that's looking unlikely that we're going to get this kill. I think Rossi's going to get there before us. But then we think, oh, we do get one extra shot in, so that's nice. And then Rossi does finish him off. And that brings an end to the first replay of the video. So what's got left is get to result screen and we can see how we got on. You see you got 2,100 base XP, 4 kills, 3,300 damage, 2,200 assistance, ace tanker, high caliber. So yeah, pretty decent game, but we've got 2 more replays. So stay with us and I'll see you in a bit for the second replay. Okay, so here we are for the second replay. We're on Halluf and there is 3 enemy light tanks and we are top tier. I'm going to go to the middle to try and spot, which can be risky when there's 3 light tanks in the game because sometimes they might just full rush over to you and it could be a bit of a pain. But having said that, I'm top tier and this is actually quite good at killing other light tanks which are equal tier, because if they come flying over and you ram one, which unfortunately I don't get to illustrate in this video, but you can do a lot of damage to them. So I'm going to take the gamble and see, rush over as quickly as I can, see if I can spot anything for any of our spawn campers. Maybe I can get a little bit of assistance off of them. So we drove over, we pushed our luck a little bit here and we ended up eating the shot in return, which is a bit annoying. But we have now spotted 2 tanks crossing in the open. So we need to punish them. This tiger does punish them for us, making us pick up another little bit of assistance. Here comes the ELC. I'm not really too concerned about him. I've tracked him in place and he gets shut down. So decent start to the game. Picked up a little bit of damage, a little bit of assistance and taking care of 2 tanks. We now all spotted this 25 TP who's getting shot in the middle. We're going to try and finish him off if we can, which we do get a shot of damage. We don't finish him off. And now we've got this T21 just driving around. So we're going to try and get some shots into this guy to see if we can pick up another kill or just get rid of a light tank. But it's all happening for us at the moment, isn't it? Everything's sort of kind of in front of us. So I'm trying to keep myself protected from the guys on the ridge on my right by not over poking too high, but also trying to get the shots in because I want to punish these guys for this, really, and I want to try and take them out so then I can move on with my game and not have to worry about getting spotted by sort of lights driving around all over the place. So we get one in there. I think we damage his track, but we don't track him. We go for another shot and we finish him off. And that puts us up to just under 1,000 damage and 1,000 assistance. We're now going to go back to our spotting. We managed to spot quite a few things up there and we noticed we are actually starting to get a few bits of assistance. So we're going to try and keep these spotted for as long as possible, as long as these shots are coming in. It's put us up to sort of just over 1,600 assistance now. And this game, it's swinging in our favour quite nicely. This is another sort of fairly quick game, but the last game after this is a really tasty game. But yeah, we're on with this video. I've noticed something else is crossing straight across the middle. I kind of feel like this position's outlived itself now. I don't want to get too static and just, I want to progress and make the most out of my game. So I'm going to try and move forward and see if I can do something different. This go to T5 comes out in the open, so we get a shot into him. Now we're trying to pull back. It looks like he's just going to full send us at this point, and he is a one shot. So we're going to take our time, aim this shot, and then bounce it, which is annoying because we end up losing a little bit of extra damage, hit points, which we didn't need to. But we do pick up the kill. We have got rid of him now, and now we're going to try and light the stuff, which is again still on their sort of in their base, basically. Not really, that Tiger one probably could have been better off going to the heavy flank, being that he was a top tier heavy. But it works well for us because we're going to try and get behind him now and try and get some assistance in. But as we do this, we find a Czech tier 7 heavy. That thing's got like 320 alpha, so we want to be careful with him. But why he's lit up there? I'm going to try and hope that our stuff at our bases get shots. That's what's happening because they are now falling back. But we then spot this 87, so I'm thinking I want to try and get an angle to get shots at him, but also protect myself from that tiger. So I'm using this rock to my left so to block in line of sight from the tiger, so the tiger doesn't have shots into me. And now I'm able to farm this 87 because if he turns, he's going to get shot by all the tanks in front of him. And then if he doesn't turn, I'm just going to keep farming him because this, you like I say, it's a little pea shooter. But he shoots so quickly, you're just racking up those damage, and the numbers are flying in because It's brilliant when you get these opportunities. I went for the ammo rack, but maybe I should just track them in place, but it doesn't really matter. We've now got shots of these tigers because they've pulled forward, and we're just going to try and farm these and pick up as much damage as we can. We go for the track shot. Tiger then sort of blocks our shots, keeping permo tracked, but we still manage to pick up a little bit of damage anyway. We do pick the kill, and now we've got just this tiger left, which is basically dead. And then we've got this Czech heavy, which is on full health. So we know we can eat one shot from him. So my plan is I'm going to go in, eat the shot if I need to, because I'm not scared about losing this game anymore. It's 12-1, and just pick up as much damage as we can. I'm not going to ram this guy because he is a heavy, and then that probably would lose a lot of hit points. Yes, it is good at ramming, but you want to pick your light targets. And at this point, I'm just circling him. And just racking up all the damage here, which is brilliant. So I'm expecting to eat a shot here, but again I can eat one, and then we pick up a little shot and get a little bit more damage. So that's the end for the second replay. So we just got to get to that scoreboard, see how we managed to do. 2,278 base XP, 3,400 damage, 4 kills, 2,375 assistance. We got the scout medal, we got the high caliber medal, and we got the ace tanker. So that's it for the second replay, and then for the best replay yet is still to come. So I'll stop rambling on and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, thanks for staying with us. So here we are for the final replay of the video. We are on Sand River, and this time we are bottom tier. We've got the preferred spawn for Sand River. So I'm going to go across to the ridge in the middle, see if we can spot anything early and pick up that little bit of damage, maybe a bit of assistance, and just sort of suss out where the enemy tanks are, and we can sort of work out what to do from there. But yeah, this is the much better spawn of Sand River, because the ridge from the other side is nowhere near as effective anymore. But from this side, it's still pretty decent. You can normally, make good use of this ridge at the start. You just need to know when to move. So we're going to move up, see what we spot. We do spot a couple of light tanks, one moving forward at the back, and then this light tank, which is going for its death. So I'm thinking here, yes, I can get the ram. Yes, I can get the ram. And unfortunately, just get shut down by a stockade before I manage to get the glory ram, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, he is now dead, so that's a light tank out of the game, which is good. So we're now going to push forward to see if we can, spot anything. We've caught this ISM out in the open, and the poor ISM is not going to, he's not getting out of this position, unfortunately. I'm just going to farm him now. There's literally nowhere he can possibly go, which is safe. And I'm just going to try and get the damage in. And you can see this is just a dream scenario. This is what we wanted to happen. Pick up the kill, pick up 800 damage. But now we've realised I've got two sort of heavy sort of, or a TD and a top tier heavy approaching down this position. I'm not liking it. I'm not fancying it. There's still fun policing the game. I'm going to try and do a different angle to see if I can help my team out here. I'm going to come up around this ridge. It sometimes can be a risk if you've got too many shooters on the right or near their base, but we're going to try and make it work. We've got this little bit of ridge. This is my safety. This is my bit of cover. We're going to try and get a shot into the tiger, which we do. He then gets shut down. And now we're going to try and finish off this TD because we have the rear shots, and he's ammo racked now. And we managed to pick up the shots. He's a one shot to me. I'm just awkwardly not able to get these shots in. Hoping this pen, so I might eat one. And that would have hurt, but fortunately it does pen. And that sort of little adjustment to my position had worked well there, didn't it? Because I managed to sort of I didn't manage to save my friend, but I did at least manage to make his death, so it wasn't for nothing. And now we put this 50 TP top tier heavy in a lot of problems now, because now we've got this angle. Like I say, I am being careful. I don't still get shot from their spawn. Like I say, this is a risk, but it does sort of pay off for us, because this 50 TP's now, he's stuck in a rock and a hard place really, because I've got a push in front, which he now does, and which allows me to farm him in the rear. And this is what I mean, because he gets shot once and it doesn't really hurt, but then you suddenly just rack up the damage, and we do manage to shut him down, or well, we manage to take off most of his hit points, and we get shut down by our friendly tank. And now we're on sort of 2,300 damage, 200 assistance. Game is still pretty even. We've now spotted this Tiger P in the open. He's getting hit by our team. So all what I'm going to do here is just keep him lit, because I don't really need to expose myself. I'm just making sure he stays spot lit up on the map, because then I can pick up all this assistance. And there you go, get shut down by a Type 62. And that's given us a juicy bit of assistance damage there. There's probably going to be a few tanks at the base. We are losing the other side, so I'm trying to be as quick as I can here. But then we spot and we see this T30. Now we want none of that, because that guy is going to two-shot us. So yeah, we're not going to be winning that trade. So I'm going to try and reposition and see if we can get behind him. I suspect he may have sussed this out. He has. He's already turned around. So that's a bit of a nuisance for us, because we are sort of losing, you see, on the other side of the map. And I am concerned, which we're going to go and get capped out now. But yeah, this is awkward. So I kind of think this is a lost cause. I can't go up either side. I can't win this engagement. So I'm just going to go forget about it. I'm running away. We've now got this AMX 30, so definitely glad I started to run now. What I'm going to try and do, I do want to help our heavy tank there, but I need to get in a position so I can do it safely, because I don't want to get shut down by that T30. So I'm going to go back to this ridge. I'm trying to get there as quickly as I can, because I know our heavy tank needs my help. But yeah, I've got to get to a position to do it safely, because we're now losing this game. But now, because of my repositioning, I've now got shots in the rear of this AMX 30, and I'm able to help out our friendly heavy there, because he's now pushing him. And yeah, this is really good, because while his tension is focused on our heavy, I'm able to farm him, and I'm racking up the damage here. We're trying to get the kill. We don't manage to get the kill, but now this T30 comes in. Now, I want to kill this guy as quickly as I possibly can, because I know, I'm fully aware there's tanks above me. So this guy just needs to die as quickly as possible. I'm pretty much just farming his health here while he's distracted. A bit of a mistake by this T30. I guess didn't realise that I was here. But this is brilliant, because yeah, we're up to 4,000 damage now at tier 7. So pretty good, considering this is a little bit of a pea shooter. He then gets shut down. Another heavy now comes in, and this is like, right, can I get some shots in there? I'm trying to work a position to get some shots in. I'm going to try and get a different sort of position to help, but this Diamondback now comes in. I struggle to pen this guy frontally, maybe the lower plate, but because he's turning, he's now presented his whole side of the tank, and I definitely can pen the side of this tank. So we're always up to 5,000 damage now. We're going to hopefully we can get the kill on this Diamondback, which we do, and that game could have gone badly. I think that little decision to move back and get into that position potentially won us the game, because I was able to pretty much farm 2 tier 9 tanks worth of health by doing that just tiny reposition. I know there's one tank left. I know, well, there's an artillery and one proper tank, a Tiger, and we know he's around this sort of position where we suspect, and somehow I've lost no health. So at this point, I'm just praying the Tiger's full health, because I'll just go straight in on the Tiger and try and get to the rest of this damage in, because of his full health, I could have a really good game here. I'm trying to find the Tiger. I knew he's around about here. It looks like he's gone back to defend the base. He's only on 400 hit points, which is a shame. I was really hoping he'd have his full 1,500 hit points, but I'm going to try and get there, because I'm so close to 5k. It would be really nice to get above the 5k mark. We snap that one in, and on the move, we don't miss it. We bounce the shot. We're going to take this guy out. We're just going to try and go around him, just so I didn't want to sort of slow down, because I wanted to try and go straight for the RT after this. That's why I didn't ram him. But unfortunately, the RT does get taken out. But we do end that game with an absolute blinder result, really, for a tier 7 tank. We've got 2,753 base XP, 4 kills, 5,293 base damage, 1,600 in assistance, 4 kills, high caliber, ace tanker. Yeah, really good game, considering we're bottom tier there. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!